Alright, Red and Whites, welcome back to another match preview. I'm joined by Clive and we're here to give you the lowdown ahead of the Chelsea game on Saturday. Let's just have a look at the head-to-head meetings. Last time out, Saints won 3-1 at Stamford Bridge with goals from Davis, Mane and Pella. But Chelsea have had a bit of a resurgence recently. What sort of game can we expect on Saturday, Clive?
I think it's really interesting. It's probably the most important game Saints have had for ages, this one, because Chelsea have had a resurgence of form. We have, and if we can get any sort of result tomorrow, that bodes us well for finishing above Chelsea, which is quite important if we're going to qualify for Europe. Really important.
Looking at the recent form, Chelsea are unbeaten in 10 since Hiddick's come in, but 6 of those have been draws and 4 of those have only been wins. You could arguably say that Williams being their outstanding player, but Fabregas and Costa we've also got to deal with. Costa's a bit of a menace. Will Van Dijk and Fonte have to keep the discipline on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. Fonte's done all right against Costa in recent games, but I think you've got to look more than those players. That it's Chelsea's movement right through the team. They look a team together again, which they didn't look when we played them at the Bridge. But Saints defensively have been superb of late, and you always fancy Saints to create enough to score a goal or two in a game. So it's going to be really tough, but you know, I think we can match them. We can certainly match them in midfield, which is where they sometimes dominate teams. It's just getting at their defence.
Now let's not forget Forster, 6 clean sheets in a row. He's 34 minutes away from breaking a club record. Can we expect to see another clean sheet?
I'd love to think so. And that means we've got a point at least. It's going to be tough. I'd forget about the record. I think it's the result is all important with this game. If Saints could beat Chelsea, we put 10 points between ourselves and them, and that is fantastic given the number of games left for the season. But you've got to take from the last few games, Saints have been so defensively disciplined, and that's what they've got to be tomorrow. They'll be under the cosh. We will be under the cosh for long periods of the game, I think. But hold it together, and we can score on the break, definitely.
Now this week Koeman had all 25 players back in training. Jay Rodriguez is back and Gardas has also returned to training, but we can't expect to see them tomorrow. They're about 3 weeks away from match fitness, but what sort of team do you think he'll be fielding on Saturday?
Who knows with Ron? He'll have a game plan. He will have a game plan, and who knows? I think obviously the midfield is the areas where you might see changes in personnel. Ward-Prowse last time out at Swansea had a very good game. Davis came back, did well. You can't say, but whichever, it doesn't really matter what he puts out there. Saints are a team to be reckoned with now, and I think Chelsea will respect that. I think it's going to be a really cracking game, and I can't wait for it.
In the other match preview video, I predicted Mane to start on the right hand wing because Zuma and Terry are both, looks like Terry might be out for the game, and Baba Rahman will start at left back. Do you think Mane will cause all sorts of problems to the left fullback?
Yeah, I think he went with pace last season, didn't he, up at the Bridge when we got the draw, and I think that's probably where he'll go again, but who knows with Ron. But certainly Mane would cause some problems. I think if Terry's out, I think that's an advantage for Chelsea, because I think this is, whilst he's been a legend for them and he's done fantastically well, I think he's that little bit of a yard short now of pace, and people like Long and Mane would really cause him problems.
And finally, can we have a match prediction? What's your score going to be?
I'd love to think we could win, but I've looked at Chelsea's games recently and they've been very strong. I think it's going to be 1-1.
Thanks for watching, guys. As always, don't forget to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel.